Roll it. What's going on? What's going on, fam? It is Brian Artisan. It's Artisan Brian. Today I'm going to make a quick video for you about my sourdough dough mixing technique. Sourdough dough. My sourdough bread dough. As you know, I just put up I just posted a sourdough guide, one document. Why? Because if you read it, then you won't have to ask the question. But it's okay. I'm here to answer them as best as I can. So, guys, today's bread we're gonna make, it is a country dough. When we say country dough, we're pretty much talking about a rustic bread that is flour, water, and salt. All right, and obviously your sourdough starter, which is just flour and water. So today's mix I'm gonna do for you is 800 grams of all-purpose flour. So flour that's 11.7% protein. Did I say 800 grams? And then we also have 100 grams of whole wheat flour, and we also are going to have 100 grams of spelt flour. This is actually the spelt flour right here. I don't know if you can tell the difference. This is the all-purpose, this is the whole wheat. So if I don't have access to spelt flour, I'll just do 200 grams whole wheat, 800 grams of some kind of white flour. In today's case, it's all-purpose. But spelt flour, I like to cut the whole wheat with spelt because it adds a little nutty flavor, a little sweetness, and it's not as heavy in your bread, and it does offer a little bit of elasticity in your dough. So that's why I'm going in your dough. So that's why I'm going with spelt. So anyway, enough of the lingo. You know what I'm saying? The first step of the process is that I'm going to mix my flour. Okay, so this is a kilo of flour, 1,000 grams. All right. And, okay, 999. Okay, 1,004. Okay, 1,000. I've got 800 grams of warm water, okay? Not too warm, like lukewarm. And I'm gonna put into the bowl 650 grams of this water, okay? I don't wanna start with all of the water while hand mixing because you're gonna end up with something like a soup. And no one wants a flour soup. It looks like a flour soup, but no one wants flour soup. Now, I'm gonna save the rest of the water for when I add our sourdough starter or leaven and salt. So there's the remaining amount of water. Here is, I'm gonna move the scale. And typically what I want to do now, I just wanna squeeze the flour and water together like this. It's nice to do it in a round bowl, especially at home. And I'm just gonna kind of spin it around, squeeze it, so that I don't have any dry flour left. All right, just like that. I don't even know. All right, guys. So as you can see, now I have something of a something that's a little bit uniform. Okay, you pull it out the bowl. When I say no dry flour left, I don't mean you need to go into your bowl and make sure every single particle of flour has been mixed in. What I mean is, you want to squeeze it into something that's like this. All right, it's a little bit sticky, but you don't have any clumps of dry flour, and your bowl doesn't have a bunch of like dry flour crumble things on the bottom. Okay, so after that's been mixed and you have a dough similar to this, all right, you can smell the fragrant aroma from the spelt and whole wheat. You've got something that looks like this. You're starting to see the flour and water combine so that the gluten starts to develop, so that your dough starts to get strong. We're gonna let it rest for about 30 minutes. Then we're gonna add our leaven, a little more water, then we'll add our salt, a little more water, then we'll do some folds, and then we'll let it roll. Listen, we're back, but it's not. Anyway, I've got reinforcements now, guys. Done. I'm coming through like Doug Funny, but I'm speaking at 20. This is, if you want to come and see, whew, that is sourdough starter. All right, this is a leaven build that I did. I have a bunch of different things to make, so that's why I have so much. You probably are not gonna have a big Cambro full of this deliciously ripe. Anyway, so this is what we've got. This is just flour and water, and we have a dough that's nice, smooth. All right, it's getting very strong. I can pull at it. It doesn't really rip. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add 200 grams of my leaven into the mix, and beautiful. So I just go in, I've got the rest of the water, so I'm gonna add a little bit of that. All right, about half of that, and I save the rest for the salt. And then I'm gonna pull this up. That's nice. Because I'm going to just kind of squeeze it in. It's starting to turn very wet, and that's okay. I'm gonna get underneath. Now we're gonna analyze our dough again. Okay, I've been squeezing at it, not really kneading it, just squeezing at it, letting everything combine, making sure there's no, making sure all the moisture is getting absorbed. All right, and then we end up. I love bread. It smells so good. All right, we end up with a dough that's like this now. Okay, pretty sticky to the touch. All right, but it's together. It's with itself. Now, we're gonna do this guy here. All right, I like to do this. It's like a dance move. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? So we're gonna do that guy here. We're gonna switch the bowl like that. We're gonna do that guy there. All right. And you can see now we're even more together. This is when I add my salt. 20 grams of salt and the rest of the water. Okay? Now you're looking at this and it's like, yo, B, looks like flour soup. Haha, don't be fooled. Alright? I'm gonna get in there with 2 hands. Alright, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze again until it gets absorbed. I can't wait to get a mixer. Alright, we're gonna squeeze until we absorb it all. Okay, once you feel that the water is pretty much gone, alright, when you can tell, if you look in here, you see the side of the bowl, alright, we want to make sure we don't have that. Okay, that's what we don't really want. That means that there's extra moisture that can get absorbed. So I'm gonna go for it. Kind of just move it around, squeeze at it a little bit. All right, and now you see the side of the bowl doesn't really have that moisture looking line, water line type thing. And we're gonna go back again to this guy here. Just kind of lift it up. All right. All right. Boom. All right, so now we have all 800 grams of water in here. We've got our leaven, we've got our salt. All right, we also have a dough that's nice and wet, but it's together. Okay, it's very sticky. It's real sticky actually, but it's together. So you can work it like this. All right, and we're gonna do a series of folds on it to get it even stronger. We're gonna kind of pick it up every 20-30 minutes and do like that. But here's a pro tip. We're gonna transfer this to another bowl. After that mixing process, everything's incorporated. Best tip I can give you is to get another bowl. All right, put some oil in it. All right, and we're gonna transfer out of the bowl that we mixed in just so that it's a little bit cleaner for our dough. So here's our dough. Look at that guy. It's already super smooth, really. It's a great dough. Okay, I'm gonna put it into this bowl. Wow, very nice, beautiful. And we're gonna let it rest for 30 minutes. Then we'll be back to do some stretching to strengthen it. Be right back. Welcome back, guys. All right, our dough has rested a little bit, and we're gonna do a fold. You guys probably know it as a stretch and fold. That's what it's called, apparently. I'm just gonna fold the dough. I'm gonna stretch and fold the dough. Ready? Let's do it. So what we're looking for here, guys, you see that our dough is expanded a little bit onto the sides of the bowl, and this is why the oil helps so that it doesn't stick. All right, so I'm just gonna simply lift up our dough, and you're seeing now after 30 minutes how strong it is. It's nice and elastic, and I'm just gonna kind of fold it onto itself like that a couple times. Spin the bowl. There's another one. We've got a really nicely hydrated dough. And there's the last one, okay? Then I'll flip it over. All right, so we're gonna wanna do this with a dough that's hydrated. It's 800 grams of water to 1,000 grams of flour, all right? So that's 80% hydration plus the water that was in your leaven. We're gonna wanna do at least 2 or 3 folds of the dough that's this hydrated so that we can ensure that we're developing and strengthening the gluten along the way. And so there you have it. That is basically part 1, step 1. The first thing you do when you make sourdough bread is you gotta mix it. You gotta mix the bread. You gotta mix the bread, okay? So this was the part 1 video. Stay tuned. I'm gonna release the shaping portion to making sourdough bread next week. And then obviously after that, the baking portion, okay? I wanted to do separate videos for these so that you can have a little bit more focus on one element of the bread making process. So this was the mixing video. Make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you are subscribed to artisanbrian.com, the blog, and check out all the new recipes that are there. Peace! See y'all later. See you later.